Welcome to Season Chasers. I'm Rob Freeman. Those that love nature and outdoor sports spend a lot of quality time looking for adventure throughout the year. The more you study, the more you learn about the peak seasons in nature. It's fun to know when it's best to go fishing or hunting, when it's time to pick blueberries, wild mushrooms, or native pecans. Sometimes the peak season is close to home, right in your own backyard, or it could be miles away near the mountains and the sea. Either way, this program will chase the seasons where the action is hot. Today on Season Chasers, we're fishing my favorite pike lake in Alaska with Alaska residents Russell and Johnny, and later we'll be joined by their dad Lee. Russell has reeled in the big ones so far, and today you'll get the story and see how big the pike grow in this clear, cold lake. This lake is also home to some exotic waterfowl and some hungry eagles. But the star of today's show is the Alaska northern pike, some of them longer than a yardstick. Some of them we brought in were in the 10 to 15 pound range. Benjamin Brown is getting bigger, along with this nice pike that he landed. Lee likes to go after a big pike in any weather, and he and the boys have caught as many big ones as just about anybody I know. The eagles will be watching what goes on, and I hope that you do too. The plan this morning is to work up to this weed line of lilies up here. They're beginning to die back due to less sunlight. Here in mid to late August, we're losing about 5 minutes of daylight a day as summer draws to a close. And that amount of daylight loss affects the growth of these lilies. They're not parched from the sun. They got plenty of water here, but they're dying back because they're not getting the 18, 19 hours of daylight that they were back in June and July. But it's that time of the year that we hope to find some northern pike at about their peak weight of the season before we go into winter. So that's the plan. And next step is to get these lures and add water, because they don't work unless they get wet. Try to bring in a northern pike, show you up close and personal today on Season Chasers. We're going to have fun either way. First you got to catch them, and then you got to wrestle them in the boat.
You want the hand tosses first there, Russ? Alright, that got him. That'll work.
Pretty good, even for a little one. I'll take it.
It's action.
Action.
That's what we want, a bite, a real bite
Well,
this time.
He's got his lips shut so hard.
Northern pike in Alaska, using spinner baits and spinning rods, on Season Chasers, 100% real.
What do you got, Russell?
Looks like I got a pretty good bite. You know, this is the same spot I caught that big one too. Just letting him do his thing.
Here, Johnny, you want to do the gaff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look here.
He's in the boat.
All right. Oh, that's not a bad fish. Good gaff, buddy.
Well, I heard that one echo. All right, well, that'll get us started. That's a keeper. And in this area, they're all keepers. Live release of these northern pike is prohibited. What do you think about that, Johnny?
Slaying them. I think Johnny gaffed him good enough.
Yeah, that got him. We don't eat the belly off of them anyhow. But that's a good northern pike. And where's our stringer? In the backpack.
What do you think of that? 10 pounds? 12 pounds?
Hey, we got a scale.
Hey, we do have a scale.
Did you bring it?
Yeah, I did.
All
in
right.
my backpack in the back bottom. Hand me that thing. Say, Johnny.
8-pounder.
9 pounds. Call it
Sounds
10.
good. All right, there's number 1. Limit's 10, boys. Each. How about that?
Oh, that's slimy. Switch. It's a big one. Just pull a little buddy in the boat, we'll just beat him to death.
I think you can pull him right in.
Yeah.
He's just barely hooked. Grab the wire. Get in the boat. We're trying to get really big fish into a small boat, and getting them on the line is the first order of business. But the big part of it here is getting them in the boat. Look at him going out to deep water. I'm gonna loosen this some.
Got there, Robbie.
Pike time.
Johnny, take the camera up. Johnny. Take the camera.
Kind of goofy. He isn't very big, maybe. Hard to tell. He's got some weeds on him. There he goes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. What are you talking about?
This thing isn't locking on me.
This one's a little bit.
I did. Oh, he's all right. Look how fat he is.
Oh, he is fat.
Put him upside down so you can. You want the hand tosses first there, Russ? All right, that got him.
That's a big fish.
That'll work.
That's a good one.
All right. Take a look at this bad boy. That's what we came out here for. Got a little hole in his stomach. Look at that, northern pike. Pretty big old mouth and jaws and teeth on them. That's why we got to use these pliers to get them loose. But that's what we came out here for. We're fishing the weed lines. This was on a Pixie. And we'll see what he weighs real quick. Get this all figured out. And it's about a 9-pounder, about the same size as Russ's fish. There we go. I'm gonna put him with the others and see what it adds up to today on Season Chasers. Pike time. We're chasing them, they're chasing us. And they must really want to be on this stringer real bad today. Good deal.
Well, boys, I say,
Big bunch of pike.
we're doing well.
Everybody's got one.
I think it's a good idea to come in the morning.
We can get 9 more each. Oh darn.
Alright.
Wait, wait until he's coming
Put it right through him.
He's in the boat.
Put it right through him.
Another Vibrax spinner, huh?
What can I say? Another day in paradise.
Okay, here's the two best pike we ended up with today, and we're going to get these back to the cabin. We're going to get them filleted out. We're going to get them ready for the hot grease in the pan, and maybe share a little bit of this with you later on tonight. But we got up early. We got a couple of nice ones. We figured these are right about in the 9-pound range, and we know there's bigger ones in here, but this will do for today. And who knows, we might be back tomorrow. We've got a family of loons on this lake. If you look real close, you'll see the loon baby staying real close to its mother. This shot was taken in the month of June, and you might be surprised how big the baby grows up by the month of August. The season is summertime. It's getting toward the little past the middle of August, and we're back at the Pike Lake. And we've been fishing this lake a variety of times a day, mostly in the afternoons and evenings. But today we've got a real calm morning, and we're going to get out here on the lake quite a bit before noon today. And looks like we have very few ripples on the lake today. So Johnny and Russell and I are packing the boat. We're going to set out in search of some northern pike, and Russell's already got one that's in the 45-inch range, and we're going to try to find his big brother today and bring home the action and share it with you on Season Chasers. Northern pike in Alaska. Come join us.
Season Chasers. Waka waka.
Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has nature's best fall decoration. Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has what you need to feed and care for the wild birds. Blue Ribbon Farm and Home sells supplies to attract trophy white-tailed deer. And don't forget, Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has a huge selection of food for dogs. Whether you have a lap dog, a sport dog, chickens, or a goofy goat, Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has all the feeds you'll ever need.
You talking about a goofy goat, and this is the goofy goat right here.
Extreme environments can cause a spontaneous change in DNA, resulting in unexpected power and agility. Introducing the all-new, all-powerful Gator RSX 850i. 62 horsepower, a fully independent multi-link suspension, and a top speed of 53 miles per hour. It's a whole new species of gator.
It's hunting season right now at Pawnee Wildlife Preserve. We're open daily with an extended season and no daily limits for pheasants, chukar, and quail. Pawnee is a great place for dog training, private field hunts, or group events. Plan a great day in the country at Pawnee Wildlife Preserve near Fort Scott, Kansas. Okay, everybody, welcome to our next installment of our search for Jurassic pike. We're out on the Pike Lake early in the morning. We got some fog on the water, and we're going to be doing a two-boat method today. We've got Johnny and Lee in one boat with no motor, and Russell and I are going to be in the other boat with an electric trolling motor, and we're going to be working the weed lines and throwing a little bait. And we're going to be throwing some spinners and some spoons and try to roust us a few big old pike. And if we can get some of them through the mist this morning, we're going to do our best to share it with you today on Season Chasers. We've been studying, we've been learning, And today it's time to share northern pike from Alaska. Stay with us on Season Chasers. What we got here, Russ?
We have a baby pike on.
Hey, but it's a pike. It's the first one we've had all morning.
I'll take it, man. Left me out of depression.
They're having trouble finding us in the fog, I guess. Let's see what you got here.
Oh, little baby.
No gaff needed this time.
No gaff needed. I think this is pretty good, even for a little one. I'll take it.
It's action.
Action.
That's what we want, a bite, a real bite
Look
this
at him.
time.
He's got his lips shut so hard.
Keep your fingers out of the way. That's really tough.
Got any players?
Yep, I'll get them for you.
Look at that guy. Swallowed that thing.
Time for a visit from Mr. Pike. Let's see if we can get this guy in the boat. He's a good one. Another good one. I got a crank.
There you go.
There we go. He's in the boat.
Good one. Easy things, Johnny's. Look at that hog.
Let's try to get him to calm down. How about that?
Alright, that's a good one.
That helps. Whew. Goodness. I don't think it's as big as the one Russell got yesterday, but we're going to call this one honorable mention.
That's a good
And
one.
the first one in the boat.
That
And I
means
get a special prize for this.
You get a special prize.
All right, let's take a look at this guy. See what we ended up with. Oh, goodness.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This is what we came up here for. Northern pike in Alaska. And I caught this one on a Pixie. We're gonna get this one over the side so it doesn't slime the boat anymore, and try to catch a bigger one. That's the whole point of fishing here on Season Chasers. Thank you for coming along. Whew, have a good season, everybody. Otherwise, it's easy to take it out of the water too soon, and right about the time they were going to strike. I'm just pulling it through these bulrushes, and they're sticking about a foot above the water surface right now. And we're only at about 3 or 4 feet of water. But there must be a lot of food that hangs out in here. These big old toothy pike have been spending a lot of time in this zone, lurking amongst these weeds. Trying to eat our little googly-eyed baits. One of those big strikes the other day, I saw its back come clear out of the water.
Yeah. How big do you think he is?
Oh, he was over 3 foot. I don't know how much over 3 foot, but big enough to make me not want to ever swim here ever again. Although this water temperature feels pretty warm right now. The surface temperature is extremely warm for this time of year. It's really pretty cold water lake. I guess we could call it a lake. There's some 60-foot water out here. It's big enough to land float planes on. Boy, it's really clear water too.
When you go out on a fishing trip, there are always many more great things to see than just the fish that you're after. On a foggy morning, we get to see some Arctic tundra swans up close, with some calling loons in the background. It's a real Pike Lake symphony, if you ask me.
The tundra swans are one of my favorite birds to watch up here. They're the biggest waterfowl in North America, and the adults can reach up to 30 pounds apiece. The swans nest up here in the summer and then migrate south way before time for ice fishing up here. This lake is also prime nesting ground for the lake loon. These loons feed by diving for their food underwater. Loons prefer the clear lake, like this, because all the fish that they eat are caught by sight alone. So I don't mind fishing near the loons because it means there are bait fish nearby, and the bigger ones are probably around there too. Some people say it's a good idea to avoid wearing black up here because black is a color that attracts pesky insects. Whenever the loons get bug bothered, they quickly dive below the surface. A lake this size usually supports just one pair of loons, and I've been watching them all summer. There aren't many people fishing up here, so the loons seem to be more friendly and comfortable when we're around. Maybe it's because we're quiet and make no sudden moves when they're really close by. The baby in this family has grown up a lot since I first saw him back in June. I'd be real nervous paddling around in this water, knowing the size of the pike that lie down below. Pike are known to ambush just about anything that moves in a lake. Pike are considered an invasive species in this section of Alaska, so live release of any caught pike is strictly against the rules. And we hope the pike get bigger, but not feasting on loons. By now, this baby loon is almost as big as its parents, and is hopefully too big to make a pike meal. Our fishing activities are closely monitored by the local bald eagles. The eagles do a good job of hanging on to a tree limb even on a windy day. I like watching eagles too. It's always a treat to me to get to see an eagle taking flight. The eagles and the loons make a good living on this lake in the summer. Sometime in the next few weeks, they'll be heading south to spend the winter in a warmer climate. The details of Russell's big pike is coming up, but first, let's take a look at what happened one evening when Ned and I were out fishing, and the eagle was watching us real close.
You ready? Hope it floats. Where?
Just right there.
Oh. Here she comes. She's coming already. And she's got it.
Got that.
She's gonna land right there to eat it. Oh no, she missed it.
She may come back.
Water? She's coming back.
I got her.
She's got it.
I got that too. She took off. She went on.
She's heading back to the nest now.
She'll be
Must
back.
be over on the other side of that cove.
We got us a deal here, don't we?
Did it work?
Yeah, I got it. And the red light's even on.
See, and I've said that to people and they didn't believe.
Well, Russell's been out doing a little pike fishing over here on the west side of Cook Inlet, and I think the old pike lake was good to him tonight. What do you say, Russell?
I say it was.
That's okay.
And we went out there, and we're out there wheeling. Johnny caught two 10-pound plus fish right away, and was using a different lure, but I put on the same one he's using, smartly. And on my second cast, I happened to catch out, and this guy decided he was hungry. We think it's 30 pounds and we measured it at 45 inches. So we're gonna freeze it tonight and weigh it tomorrow for official measurement since we do not have a scale tonight. But yeah, that's an Alaskan pike.
You're only as good as your gaffer.
Oh, and Johnny says yes, the gaffer got it out of the water successfully, much to my happiness. But here it is.
So how did all this come about? I mean, what happened after you hooked this rascal?
Oh yeah, I hooked him and he didn't really know he was hooked. I mean, I think he's just too aggressive. And he didn't fight at all, really. I had 12-pound test on, and on a pretty small pole. And this guy he only took 2 runs before we kind of got him by the boat all calm. And Johnny the gaff man hooked him so hard he came out of the boat, hit the other side of the boat, and did his best to get back in the water, while Johnny had the bat doing his best to have him not out of the water. And that's the story.
So that was quite a scene, you guys.
He's trying to shoot up out both edges. I'm trying to hold him in with my legs and gaff him. The gaff that you got is a Kansas gaff. A little dinky little hanger hook on there. Bent the gaff. And yeah, Russell jumps on him, like tries to wrestle with him. And almost gets away, but we got him in the end. For sure.
So you guys had a full day up here, huh?
See the mouth opens pretty wide. See the head.
Right in.
See the eyes. Look how thick this back is right here.
Is this?
Like I said, about 4 feet. Look at it.
Looking
That's
good.
it. That's the end of the story.
All right. Well, that's your biggest one so far, huh?
Ever.
You think there's a bigger one in there?
I hope so. We're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna go out sometime. Johnny, hopefully he's gonna get one bigger. Season chasers. Waka waka.
Good job, Russell.
Waka waka. Tune in each week for some of the stuff you just won't see on other shows. Outdoors, wildlife, and a life of adventure. Being on the lookout for natural foods and making the most of what the wildlife provides. Study, learn, and share the great outdoors with someone who's important to you.